Hi guys. So I came on today to show you all a couple things that I got from Goodwill this weekend. Chai tea. And a couple things that came in, and also a kind of a walkthrough, just a kind of an idea of what a certain deck is about. So let me start with my favorite stuff, which is the Goodwill stuff. First of all, see my mug? I found this at Goodwill. Isn't it cute? Look at it's Josephine Wall. Yay! Which any of you, if you know, she does some of the art for some of the oracle decks that I have, like Whispers of Love and Nature's Whispers, Nature's something or other. I have it downstairs. I'm upstairs again because all the boys are home. They're getting ready for the Mayweather McGregor fight. So, and do any of you have these? I love these. You put your tea in there, drop it into the cup, pull it right out, and it's easy to clean. I love these. I find these, I buy them every time I find them at Goodwill because they're usually cheap, because people who don't drink tea don't know what they are, and people who do, when they're done with them, they're just done. Anyways, okay, so I got that mug for 99 cents. So you gotta love Goodwill. I just have to show, I haven't even opened it other than I took the plastic off. But Jennifer, this is your fault. And Jennifer and Two Spirit, I couldn't resist. It was on sale for like $17, I think. So it was a really good sale. And I couldn't resist. I couldn't believe how big the book is and how much information there is. So then when I looked at Benabel Wen's site, hang on, I'm going to yell at my kids. Okay. So, Two Spirit and Jennifer, I blame you. But Benabel Wen has some really neat stuff going on that goes along with this book. So, I really felt like I kind of had to have it so I could play along. So, I did get those two. They came in today. So, the best thing that I found at Goodwill was this, which is in beautiful shape, is a vintage case. And I know just what I'm doing with it. So, hold on, if you can see the top of this. See that? Yes, it's a jewelry case. And it has, you know, all kinds of little things in there. And then the drawers are all, you can see, they're all lined. Yeah. Wow, this is hard to do backwards. But they're all lined with fabric. And a lot of them are separated into different sections. And then that one has a little bigger, little shorter. So they're different size sections, and this one is just wide open. So for big stuff. And most people would go, oh, what a cute jewelry case. Oh yeah, and the sides open up like that. So you can put stuff in the pocket, and you can hang up stuff here. So and it closes like this. And then it latches. At least it did latch when I was doing it straight on. So, isn't it cute? I'm going to put my stones in it. And I'm going to separate. I haven't figured out which stones I'm going to put in there. But it's perfect because the drawers are lined. And like everything there is lined. So I was like, maybe I could keep a chakra set in there, like a huge chakra set, or maybe I could put all my Synergy 12 stones together, or I don't know. I haven't figured out what what kind of stones I'm going to want to keep together that are that many stones and protect them and all that kind of stuff. Because the pouches that I bring to work with me are great, but what I've noticed is that over time, even though they're all in the protective pouch, they're all banging around together a little bit when they're in my purse, and all I do is take them to work with me. They come out at work and they get kind of spread out a little bit, and the skulls, you know, go onto their space where I have them at work, and then bring them home in my purse, and then they go, you know, get taken out, and they get put in my little salt bowl that cleanses them every night. But even just that little jostling around and stuff, it takes the finish off of the polished stones some. So this can kind of prevent that. So I was really excited about that. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to talk about was I got this deck a little while ago, and I just have not had the time to really look at it and open it up and read about it. And so I started doing that today, and I'm really kind of intrigued by this deck. So I think, I hate to, there's no way I can just use one deck for a whole month, but I can try to focus on one deck for a whole month. So I think maybe September is going to be the month for, was I doing it upside down? How annoying is that? I'm sorry. So for my Lost Tarot of Nostradamus deck, because the book is so interesting. It talks about his life. It talks about his writings. I don't know if you read any of John and Caitlin Matthews, but I have a ton of their books. I really like them a lot. Sometimes they're a little on the, not Christian. Christian is the wrong word, but they're a little all about God with some stuff. And then with other stuff, they're completely the opposite. So I don't really understand what their personal beliefs are, but that's neither here nor there. I really love their books. They are very good researchers. They're very educated people. They have really great ideas on things. And this book and deck is to die for. I just love it. Don't I look like a librarian today? Holy cow. So these are my husband's glasses, because mine are they're too powerful. I think they kind of give me a headache. So just the beginnings of this book are so interesting. How Nostradamus, where he was born, and how he started seeing prophecies, and his book that he started writing, The Centuries, and he would write in, what are they called? Quad. So he would write in these little 4-line verses, quatrain. And his prophecies came in the form of these little 4-line verses. And just, it is super, super interesting to me. So when I first got this deck, I knew I would like it, but it is a bit different. I'll show you the cards in a minute, but so I kind of put it away because I thought I don't have time to delve into this deck yet. And so I just pulled it out this morning and really started reading, and I'm like super interested in it now. And I'm excited to really delve into it and read about it. So what I was going to do is, hold on, let me put this back so I can read the back of the deck, or yeah, the back of the box for you, and then I'll do a quick walkthrough. So the most famous visionary of them all, Michel de Nostradamus, 16th century French apothecary and seer, is best known worldwide for his visionary insights and collections of prophetic writings. First published in 1555, The Prophecies has rarely been out of print since his death, and has attracted a following that credits him with predicting any major world events, including the rise of Hitler, the assassination of Kennedy, 9/11, and most recently the Japanese earthquakes and tsunami. Less known is that in 1994, in the Italian National Library in Rome, a manuscript believed to be by Michel de Nostradamus was discovered, along with 80 mysterious paintings drawing heavily on the symbolism of tarot. With great excitement, John Matthews and Will Kingen realized the implications of this work, and after much research, now bring it to fruition and as the Lost Tarot of Nostradamus. With fresh translations of the original quatrains by Caitlin Matthews, the astounding power of the prophecies is married to the predictive imagery of the tarot for the first time. This is without question the ultimate oracle from the primary prognosticator and probably one of the most important decks of our age. So because it follows a little bit of the Rider-Waite system, but some of the symbolism is missing. So I thought, I don't know. Do I want to start learning a new system right away? And not so much, really, but it does follow it. And I think what I'm going to find is that Nostradamus's predictions are in here also, and really kind of enhances the readings. So if I can really delve into it and read about it, I can take these off now. I think it'll be a great deck to work with. And, you know, after a while, I might really learn to love the deck. At the very least, I should be able to use it for my own readings or family readings or something, because I can pull the book out and kind of work with it that way too. Okay, so first of all, great box. Really, you know, sturdy box, like the Hay House boxes. So, and then the inside separates the cards into two different packs here. The book itself is 160 pages. And the whole first 28 pages are about Nostradamus's life, about the symbolism of the lost paintings that were found, and how they shaped the tarot around these paintings, why they used what they did for each card, and then it goes into the cards and their meanings. So you can see this whole 2 pages is about the Fool, and then they have the quatrain that they took to mean the symbolism for the Fool, and then the magician and the quatrain that they took to mean for that. And the majors are all like 2 pages long, and then once we get to the minors, they talk about the suit of stars, which replaces the swords, and then they are a page each. So you get the interpretation, you get the visions upright and reversed, and then some of the, also a quatrain, and some of the background of why they chose that. And then the suns, which I assume, sorry guys, the suns, replace the wands. The moons replace cups. So then the spheres replace the pentacles. So just really, I don't know, I'm super interested in Nostradamus anyways, and have read several versions of the book before. So that was, you know, really intriguing to me. Once you get to the back of the book, so part 3 is working with the Lost Tarot, and it gives you some spreads. The Nostradamus spread, the Alchemist spread. So some very different kinds of spreads here. The Quatrains, the Wheel of Centuries spreads. So there's quite a few that are very different. I'm really psyched. The Alpha and Omega spread. So I'm really psyched to delve in. And then a little bit about the authors at the end and acknowledgments. So really great book. I'm super psyched. So let me just try to do a quick walkthrough here. So starting with the cardstock. It's not bad. It's funny. It feels like a cheap cardstock, kind of. You know what I mean? It's the cardstock itself seems pretty good, but the back is glossy, which I really like. The back's completely reversible, and the front is matte, so it makes it feel almost like a thin cardboardy cardstock for some reason to me. Because when I bought the deck, I was like, oh, I'm kind of disappointed in the cardstock. It's really not that bad. I don't know how it'll hold up to shuffling. I haven't even shuffled the deck yet, but I will let you know. I really love the backs though. Okay, so the Fool. And again, they're going to be different kinds of interpretations here. The Magician. Oh, the Papist. So that's a little different. The Empress. The Emperor. See, so I have to say, this is why I put it away, though, is because a lot of the symbolism is missing from, you know, the Rider-Waite symbolism. There is some of it in there, again, but a lot of it is missing. So I was like, oh, I don't know if I can learn a whole system. But some of it is there. So this is the Hierophant. Funny, it's the papal symbol over there. The Lovers. Very different decks here. So let's look. I'm really curious to see if we read what the Lovers says, just to get an idea of what they are dealing with. So it says, the symbolism of this card has always been at the heart the idea of divine love in all its forms. Though the lovers depicted might be any one of a dozen famous couples, Lancelot and Guinevere, Dante and Beatrice, Tristan and Isolde, they are more than this. They represent all lovers, and not only those whose amorous feelings are of the humankind. Here, love is also that of mankind for its gods, or of its gods for humanity. The Platonic belief that the cosmos was driven by the power of love was widely held belief during Nostradamus' lifetime, and for a long time after his death. The imagery we found in the Lost Book reflects this. It doesn't show ordinary human lovers, but rather the symbolic representation of Eros, the blind god whose arrows could strike any heart, igniting it with love. In classical myth, Eros, or Cupid, had arrows tipped with either gold or lead. The golden arrows produced instant infatuation in the heart of those it pierced. The lead brought the exact opposite, loathing. Thus, the god was said to be impartial, and many early tarots represented three figures, suggesting the torment of having to decide between two lovers. The image from the Lost Book includes astrological references, which perfectly align with this, but only a single figure. The bull, Taurus, is associated with Venus on Earth, the scales, Libra, with Venus in the heavens. Both show the power and uncertainty of love, while the moon brings changeable emotions into play, and the eight-spoked wheel, a recurring motif, probably represents the Wheel of Fortune, which brings change to all. All suggest the mutability of love. No wonder, then, that the woman about to be pierced by the arrow reels back, arms wide open, as if welcoming love's dart, and also surrendering to the inevitability that anything can happen as a result. See? Very deep imagery. I'm really liking it. The Chariot. Justice. So they all have these stories behind them. The Hermit, which make these so interesting. Fortune's Wheel. Fortitude. So strength. The Hanged Man. Wow, that's pretty interesting. Death. Temperance. The Devil. And isn't that an interesting image for the devil? The Burning Tower. The Star. The Moon. And there's that wheel again. The Sun. Again, the wheel turns into play with every single card, it seems. Not everyone, but Judgment. And the Completed World. So, pretty interesting. So then it goes through the suits with the court cards first. So this is the Sun. This is the Prince of Suns. The Lady of Suns. The Knight of Suns. And the Page of Suns. And then the Pope of Stars. The Abbess of Stars. So the court cards aren't even the same. Okay. This is going to be a deck that I will be using the book forever and ever. Amen. The Cardinal of Stars, because I'm sitting here going, shoot, which one were the suns and which one were the stars? Because it, and the Postulant of Stars. So each of the suits has different court cards assigned. Wow, it's very interesting. It's going to be a lot of work. So here we have, this is the, okay, what the hell kind of suit is this? I don't know what that is. Suit of, oh, spheres. This must be the spheres. So this is the Alchemist of Spheres. The Astronomer of Spheres. Oh, come on, camera. Do your thing. Thank you. The Astrologer of Spheres. And the Apprentice of Spheres. And this is Pentacles. Whew. So that's the 10 of Spheres, Pentacles. So let's look at, let's look at 2. and see. Yep, not at all anything I'm going to remember. Okay, a little disheartening because it's going to take me like a lifetime to learn these cards. It's so interesting to bring his prophecies into it. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to remember this. So this is the moon suit, which was cups. So the master of moons. The prophetess of moons. The initiate of moons. And the neophyte of moons. So then this would be the 10 of moons, or 10 of cups. So interesting still, again, but I'm going to need the book for every reading. At least for a good, I don't know how long, before I will remember. Look at, there's the lobster, the crab from the moon card. And now it shows up in the 6 of moons. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Again, I just love, maybe just for the book. And the images are really cool too, knowing that Nostradamus himself, they believe him and his son, actually, I think the story goes, that him and his son painted these, or his son painted parts of them based with him standing there telling him what to paint. Here's the 2 of moons. Wait, so where was the 3? Yep, doesn't. And here's the 1. So again, so interesting. I'm really psyched to read the book and, you know, work with the cards a little bit. Anyways, tell me what you think. Do you think it's a system that you would like to try to work with? Do you think it would be too much to learn a whole new system? I think that they're supposed to, I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that they are supposed to be based on Rider-Waite. There's no way. Not a chance, guys. There's just no way. It's not going to happen. There's just not enough of the Rider-Waite for me, anyways, to learn it like that. I'm going to have to use the book. So tell me what you think. I'm super psyched to read the book because I love the prophecies of Nostradamus. I think he's super interesting, and he obviously was a prophet. I just don't think I can learn a whole new system when I'm not all that awesome yet on Rider-Waite. But I think it's totally worth it if you're a Nostradamus person, if you're into prophecy and that kind of thing. Tell me what you think. And I hope you all are having a blessed weekend.